Okay, now it's showing. All right. This is the Fourth Chair YouTube channel. I'm recording my entire process of making a D&D campaign from beginning to end. We will be finishing up my current campaign in hopefully next week. Next weekend when we're all available to play again. And for the next 3 to 6 months, I'm going to be working on this next campaign. There's a lot of things I want to do differently. Mainly, right now, what I'm working on is my note taking. So I'm creating a foundation so that it can help me build the next campaign. I do my world building in Faerun, the Dungeons and Dragons kind of written world. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm learning Obsidian in the hopes that it will better my skills as uh, it'll be a better tool for me to use when note taking and creating the campaign and keeping track of quests and whatnot. So I'm excited. I have a lot of plans for it, and it is better than it being split up amongst 5 different applications. I can take notes anywhere. Yeah, I don't really need to explain this anymore. But every time I start a new campaign, or sorry, new stream, I work on something new for my stream. So right now, this is just a black screen. So I need to change the name of this actually. I need to rename scene 2 to what do I name it to? Talking Head? Yeah, that's right. My talking heads. Oops. What stop going back and forth. Gosh. Just gonna open up Obsidian. I really wanted to stream today, and I had to get some other work done before I could do that. So, all right, it wouldn't let me rename it unless I click the scene. So this is going to be desktop view with talking head. And then scene 3, this one. This one is going to be my pause screen. I've yet to make a stream pause scene. So we're going to find a photo together. I'm going to look up for some D&D art. Let's do some epic art. That is not epic. That is weird. It's gonna be blank for you guys for a little bit until ooh. No. Let's do one of official D&D art for sure. Let's do 5.5 art because I really like some of the new stuff that they've been coming out with. That's a good one. Just go with the classic. Save image as player handbook. now that it's there, put it right here. Isn't that cool, guys? Isn't that cool? And then I need to put like some text. Um, um, excuse me. Stream paused or stream um yeah, stream paused. Sounds good. This is not whatsoever supposed to look anything relative to professional. How do I like uniform it? Order, transform. Oh, center to screen. There we go. Perfect. Oh, I guess that's my other one. What does this see? Oh, cool. Cool. Great. Well, I did something new. I could pause the stream now, and I have some cool artwork from the player's handbook. I think that's the player's handbook. Whoa. Okay. I guess we get started with the vault. Um, all right. Where we last left our heroes, where we last left our note-taking, I was doing some really in-depth look and working with data view, which is an awesome feature to Obsidian. The fact that you can draw information from all of your notes and compile some of the data properties to those, the properties that you add into the top, is insane. Which, well, I think also right here we can see, oh, we've pulled in information from these guys, and these guys are in order of the highest AC because that is, hold on, Control E, yeah, that is my hotkey to switch. Sort AC descending, so goes from the highest to the lowest. So, that also means that if I go to the players, if I go to Lenwyn, let's say her AC changes temporarily to 0. That means if I go back to the data view, she's now at the bottom. Insane. Insane in the membrane. But those are my current players, and there's only 3 of us. The only part that I don't like is that I have to update this stuff manually from what changes on their character sheet. But really, it just takes like it takes a moment, you know, a moment to just look at. Okay, all right. How do I not show the properties right now? I really care to see them. Oh, there we go. All right. What are the other plugins that I learned? Let's see if I can remember some of this stuff. I'm going to create another note. It is a plug-in testing memory test. First one is going to be Hashtag admonition. Is that right? Admonition? If I switch it back. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. It should be given like a my D&D kind of look to it, right? That doesn't look very D&D like. Do I not have that plugin enabled because it would be styles, yeah. I see. Okay. I haven't gotten to that on the list of plugins that I'm learning, even though I kind of already know it. I want to go through it in order. Okay, admonition. And I am going to start. These are the callouts that I can make. So typically you do 3 dashes, you type in callout, and then what? Note there, and the title, Billy is working on this, and you edit. I don't think I'm anywhere close to that. Oh, what was it then? Oh, I just insert call out. That's what it is. And I change it from a note. And because I have the plugin installed, I can scroll through all of these different types. So danger. Billy forgets. Watch out. Sometimes Billy doesn't, oh my gosh, remember how to use plugins correctly. So help him out. And then, yep. Now, the other way to do this is the backticks. There's 3 backticks. You put this note, right? Go to notes. No, notes. No. I think it's like this. Oh, no. You do arrow key. You do notes. Maybe I do this, and then I do exclamation mark. Undo that. Notes. Billy gets watch out. Or not, you know. Oh my gosh. I'm sick of this. So these are all the ones that I could use. Failure to, they all have different symbols attached to them. Then there's these ones. Add. I don't actually for sure the code looks like this. Okay, so the other plugins have notes that will utilize and recognize these different callout informations. I don't know for sure. I'm assuming callout informations, despite the results looking the same. It's because the code is different than the other callouts. Also, those are not apostrophes. They are backticks found right above the tab button. Thank you. Guess these ones take a lot more like writing. This one is just 3 black backticks. You just put add hyphen and then the type of that you want. So But we'll go ahead and change that. Add. Yeah, it knows. I'm gonna put warning. Yeah, warning. This is a bad example. Do not follow. Here, here. There we go. It's working. Okay, next one. We're gonna put custom frames. I would like to add, we already have a custom frame. I'm not even gonna worry about that. 3 backticks. Custom underscore frames. Custom frames. Frame. Danu. Switch. Custom frames. No. Oh my gosh. You know what I want to do. Okay, custom frames. Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah. Whatever. Thought I did do that. Oh, and then custom doesn't have a freaking E in it. Okay, whatever. Data view. Three backticks, I'm guessing. Data view. Just do the stuff that I know. I don't know. I don't know what I know. How the heck do you do this? Data view. Table. Oh, I need to choose table or list. Do list. I haven't done very many lists. I'm just gonna do data view. List. And that should just give me all the notes that are in here. I love this. I love this. This is amazing. Gosh, why do I get so tired every time I sit down to do this? We can hate it. But there we go. We're done. I will change the name of this to 1. I'll put it into plugin descriptions. All the plugin related notes are together. I want to learn at least one more plugin, if not two. Okay. Where are my links? I thought I had links for all this. I guess not. Plugin tutorials. These are all of the regular ones. No, these are the basics. Basics of how to use it. You know what? I do want to learn this image thing real quick. Let me pull an image I already have on here. Let's do these ones. Yeah. Okay. Right. What is it? Right IP? Is that what it is? Right freaking IP. The entire time I thought the command word for this was right LP, and now I know it is IP. Now, she's moving down every time, and that's not fully what we want. We want to be able to write around her as well. Is that a plugin or a separate command? By default, images just go where you put them and take up that space. It is possible to align images left, right, and center and justify the text around those images. The ITS theme supports this like this. Okay. Let me check something. Maybe styles. Makes it so we can... Nope, it's not making it go around. Actually, I also wanted to do like 200. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Oh, so you have to write stuff immediately after this. Here is a summary of who Hope and Dot is in Marvel movies. She is the daughter of Janet and Hank Pym. They were superheroes a long time ago. Pym was the Pym particle was a great invention wanted by all kinds of rich people. Most people wanted for war. Not really interested in doing the center anyways, but I am interested in doing the left. There we go. Interesting. Oh, that's cool. It gets caught in between. Yeah. Probably wasn't supposed to spend so much time on that, but all right. Next plugin. Already go through all these. Okay. All right. I'm good on that. Community plugins. We did data view, so default new tab page. So turn a note into a home page and display it when you click the new tab button. Do I need this? Yeah. Yeah, I need it. Go ahead. Default new tab page. Install. Enable. Demo of the plugin. Hello, I got places to be. I don't get ads.
Right now at Ashley's
Yes,
summer savings event,
in the browser in here, I guess.
Starting at just $6.99. Plus, save $300 on select Ashley sleep adjustable bases.
Default new tab page. Alright, g'day guys, and welcome back today to another Obsidian video. Today we're going to be having a look at the new tab system and basically having a look at a new plugin that provides us some functionalities, because I don't know about you guys, but I came into this this new tab system, which is marvelous, right? You can make a new tab, you can drag them out. It's just so much easier to navigate all of your information when it's like this. I'm really quite a fan of it. But one thing I don't like is this new button. All right, this no file is open page is just so blasé, right? It's so bland. It's got nothing here. Sure, you can create a new file, but where does it go? You know, you can go to a file, you can see recent files, but you know, like, it's just nothing to it. You know, if you come from like Chrome and you have a new tab button in Chrome that shows you all your regular stuff that you go to and you can set your favorites, like when you think tabs and your new tab button, you think this is what should be here. And I'll tell you right now, like, I think this is something where Obsidian probably stand to do a fairly, you know, simple improvement that hopefully they'll consider. Like, let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, there's a new plugin in town. It's probably one of my new favorite plugins. And effectively what it does is it lets you set whatever you like to your homepage or your new tab button. So let's go through and do the installation. Let's have a look at this. So we go down to settings, and from there, community plugins, we're going to go browse. And if you just type in a new tab, you should see something come up. So there's one here called new tab default page. And I think this was actually the first plugin to come out that utilizes the new tab functionality. So it was quick to market. It's from here from Sudometer. We can see it's been installed 1,000 times. You know, it's got a readme here, but look, go through, do the install, click enable, and then what you want to do is you want to jump into the options and have a look what it's doing. And it's pretty simple here. So when the new tab opens, what to open, you've got all sorts of different options here. All right, so you can open your daily note, you can open your weekly notes, you can open a random note. All right, but what I'm really liking is this new tab page, and then come down here, default new tab page, and all you do is you pick a note. All right, so you can see here, I've got mine in my session journals folder, which is in my deadly depth in folder, which then points to dailydepthin.md. All right, we can set the mode that it opens to. So we're just setting to Obsidian default, but just pick a note, any note, put it somewhere you can remember it, and come in here and set it up. That's all you need to do. All right, so we close that out. What happens now? So we'll get rid of some of these. Folder, which is in my deadly. All you do is you pick a note. All right, so you can see here, I've got mine in my session journals folder, which is in my deadly depth in folder, which then points to deadly depth in.md. All right, we can set the mode that it opens to. So we're just setting to Obsidian default, but just pick a note, any note, put it somewhere you can remember it, and come in here and set it up. That's all you need to do. All right, so we close that out. What happens now? So we'll get rid of some of these. All right, and if we press our new tab button, boom. All right, look how much more useful this is, right? This is my new landing page for a new tab. All right, I've put a banner up here. I've got a category here of links that go to things that I'm using all the time in my game. I've got a heat map calendar that shows when my game sessions have been organized for. All right, so we can see the notes that are in here. I think that was, all right, we had another session as well. All right, so I can come in here and I can keep track of my journal of my sessions. I can see when my sessions are coming up. And then down here, I've just got a data view query that just pulls in all my characters. And as you can see, like the idea of this is quite simple. I land here when I'm in a game, all right, I quickly need something. I've got access to my map. I've got access to my journey board, which is my prep and my planning. I've got access to the chapter that I'm about to run in the adventure module that we're about to do. I've got access to my character sheets. But more importantly, like this is just a note, all right? I can put whatever I want in here and that will be useful for me, okay? So just think about what you could do there, all right? All your popular links. You could have a data view query that shows the last 2 days of modified notes. I did have that, by the way, that was in here. It was quite nice. I turned it off. The reason why I turned it off is I use a lot of bulk importing, and it was creating a lot of notes that have been modified in the last 2 days, and it was slowing down my system. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it, right? So we're basically just making it so that the plus button becomes absolutely useful and amazing. I'm really quite a fan of it, and just to speak to why I think this is fantastic. Like it's all about quickly being able to bring up the information that you want, and obviously, like most people would be aware that you've got your folders over here that you can certainly use. That's one way to obviously find things. The other method used to be workplaces. All right, I've actually stopped using workspaces when I play. The reasoning for that, because I did really like the ability to have a workspace up and saved, but when you switch to a workspace, all of the extra windows that you've made, so if you drag something out, for example, they all shut down when you change workspaces. So therefore, while it is useful to have a workspace, it also resets things like my player-facing window and stuff like that. So I have stopped using those as well. I was using the starred. I quite liked the starred, and that was a nice way. I'm still going to use that, but as you can see, like the things I've got starred are largely the things that I put into my new tab button. And I'm finding the new tab button is it's visually appealing. It's quick to use. I've got full control over what I put in there and how it looks, and it's just really improving the speed and efficiency at which I can find the information that I need at my table. And I think, like at the end of the day, like that's what Obsidian exists for, right? Or any campaign manager, to be honest.
Cool. Understood. Let me go ahead and make a note that is going to be the landing page. Excuse me. I could do this. I could do list data view list show plugin descriptions. Right. That not do I do a hyphen? I put them in quotation marks, that's what it is.
In this video, I'm not just going to show you what data series. Alright, so now let's get to the fun part. This is the part where we specify at the data view what parameters to look for and where to look for them. The first one we're going to be looking at that involve data view. So lastly, we have another optional line which will be sort, and as the name suggests, this is just to sort your results. And all I use this for is to sort my tables or lists by either ascending or descending order. So for instance, we have here a data view table for the weekly reviews, right? But if we change this here to say 100, it's probably going to show us a few more. So yeah, we have, this is enough to work with, right? And I can add one more line here, call it sort, and then you have to decide which parameter do you care to sort for, and then type in ASC for ascending or DESC for descending. Now, if I come here, we sorted file size, right? So it's going to be in an ascending order. And then if you want to change this to DESC, it's going to be the opposite. And it doesn't have to be file size. So for instance, if you want file name, you just specify here, file name, and now it's in descending order, and then just like the other one, ascending, to change it accordingly. All right, so let's now go over some other use cases, including what's on my thumbnail, and yeah, it's almost finished right here, but we're gonna take it to the last few steps. So I really like to have a page showing a list of all the books I've read with my star rating attached to it, just like you saw in the thumbnail of this video. And up until now, I was using Goodreads for this. And Goodreads, for those that don't know, is a website where you add all the books you've read, and you can assign rankings, and even post public reviews of different books, etc. It's just to sort your results. And all I use this for is to sort my tables or lists by either ascending or descending order. So for instance, we have here a third line, and that's where the where function comes into play. So let's go author, where, and now let's say that I want data view to specifically look under the books tag. So now we have the exact same bytes. And as you can see, this now shows a list of all weekly notes, and that's totally fine. But when you contains, and then the author's name in quotations. So Gillian Flynn, which is a great author, by the way. And then don't forget to close this parenthesis, go into preview mode, and now we have Dark Places, which is whenever, by whatever author you have this equation going for. The template, you could have your usual YAML header here, and it'll be living under your templates. So then let's say you be one more of those. And then you just change this here for James Clear. So customization here, your YAML header will then live over there, and then where we specify the date, all of this is dynamic. So if you come over on it, so in this case, let's do a weekly journal. When we go on preview mode, we're going to have our notes in the weekly journal. So journal, attachments, yeah, it's empty. So if we add we're going to put a list as well. And let's say you want all the incoming links from the history MLC. So if we come here to preview mode, we can see that we have one incoming link to that specific note. So to see outgoing links, we need to first specify outgoing. And then we need to have regular parentheses on top of the square brackets. So now if we go to preview mode, these are all the notes that are coming out of that specific note, in this case, the history mock. You can also combine any query inside the from formula. So maybe you want to combine wherever there's tags philosophy and evergreen note. And to do that, we're going to come here, we're going to delete this, and we want a list from, and we're going to put in evergreen and philosophy. So if we go to preview mode, it returns us a list of notes that belong to both the evergreen hashtag and the philosophy hashtag. So it has to have both. You can also have an or statement. So you can say list from evergreen or philosophy. So if you go to preview mode, this returns a list of notes that belong to either evergreen or philosophy. You can also exclude stuff based on your parameters. So let's say you want a list of all of your notes except the ones tagged evergreen. So we're going to go back to edit mode, and all you need to do is add a dash here. So now it's going to give us a list of all notes in our vault except the ones tagged with evergreen. And lastly, we can mix and match. So for instance, I can come here to our statement, and I can say, I want a list from books and tag or MLC. So obviously, this can get quite complex, and personally, I never mix and match. I don't have that particular need, but it's there if you need to. Okay, so up until now, we went over the from filter, and sometimes that's all you need. But in some cases, you might want to filter your query further, so let's look at adding a third line, and that's where the where function comes into play. So let's say you want to do a query, but you know exactly which note you want to query. So you can do something like this. I can have a table query, and I want author to be a header, and we can just see if this is done correctly. Yeah, it is. And then I can specify where, and let's pick an example. Let me come here. And let's say I specifically want Atomic Habits by James Clear. So I can just come here, table author, where file name equals Atomic Habits. So now I go on preview mode, and here we have it, Atomic Habits with author James Clear. So now let's say that maybe you want data view to look under a specific tag, but you want to exclude a certain note. So we can go back to edit mode, and let's get rid of this first.
Oh my gosh. Okay, sure. Simple. Force view note. Force note view. can only imagine this is to avoid pressing the Alt key. Control E. So much when open notes. To be honest, I like to have like to manually work through that and avoid to their plugin. Of the quality of life plugin. Okay, this is a big one. I don't think I think I'm going to end it here, and this is the next one I'm going to learn. This seems like it's going to be a big one. It's an advanced plugin. Provides you with the tools to import your favorite JSON and ESV table. Obsidian notes from that table. Okay. Interesting.
Alright, g'day guys, and welcome back tonight to another Obsidian video. Tonight we're going to be looking at an important topic, and that is how to import all of my data into Obsidian in the easiest and most efficient way. Over and have a look. Alright, so in front of me you can see I've got the demo vault 2 going on. Got all sorts of things going in here that we've been testing over the last couple of months. And what we're going to do is just go through the process of getting this thing installed. So come down here to settings, we're going to come in here to community plugins, we're going to go browse, we're going to do a search for import. So JSON CSV importer, you can tell you've got the right one because it's got filing 42 in it. Filing's obviously the guy we want to really be working with. He's been supporting the Realmworks community for years and supporting the Obsidian communities we've moved over to this install as well. It was very an Excel spreadsheet. Alright, now we need to create something cool. Over here to the JSON CSV importer icon, which will be down your left hand side here. Choose JSV CSV file, so we're going to go choose file, and I'm going to use the book2.csv that I saved before. Choose template file, so this is my handlebar file that I just created, so I know that that's in my vault. So we're going to go to Obsidian, demo vault 2, it's in, where is it, templates, there's a markdown, and there's my handlebar magic items. Alright, so that's now selected. Filter uses a note name, alright, so I want my files to be named according to, well, in this case here what I'm going to use is I'm going to use the name of the magic item, that's fine. And which folder do I want to put it in? I'm going to put it into the import test. Alright, and just to show you just how cool this thing is, right, like import test right now is empty, there is nothing in here. Alright, we come back to here, I'm going to do this again. Might take long. If I can remember where I put everything. Go. And ready, set, go. Boom. Import finished. Okay, so what has it done? Well, let's go and have a look. It's not empty anymore. Alright, what it's done, it just imported and created a new note for every single one of these. Interestingly, I've actually got more. Have I? Oh no, it's just, it's, okay. It's alphabeticalized now. Cool. Alright, what do these look like? Well, we come in here and have a look. We've got the tag that we put in. We've got the name came in, the price, the rarity, the table populated, and the callout box worked. Alright, now you can see it's created one note for every single line in my table. And you can see instantly how useful that can be, right? You just have to go and, I don't know, let's say, well, can you find an NPC spreadsheet online, for example? I'm pretty sure there's actually a Reddit out there of D&D DMs who've been collecting NPCs for a while. There's thousands of them. Technically, you can import the whole thing. Or if you could find like an SRD file that contains all the monsters or all the spells, you can import all that. Alright, simples.
So yeah, that's filing CSV JSON importer. Again, this is just a simple demo of how the functionality works, just to get your head sort of in the mindset of thinking about what you can do with this thing. It does work on JSON files, which means technically if you were playing with 5th edition monsters, you could do the import from there as well. I will say though that JSON is more complex than CSV. JSON tends to have nested data elements. What I mean by that is there's usually a parent item, and then underneath the parent there might be different items. So, for example, there might be a parent variable called attributes, and then inside the attributes you might find another variable called strength and dexterity and constitution. So when that happens, you're going to need to sort of jump into that README file and really sort of go through and find out how you can access the sublayers of that. I played around with it. I managed to get it working. I haven't got it working completely accurately to what I wanted, so I stopped playing with it. But I've had some other ways to do what I wanted to do myself. But yeah, obviously, if you're playing with bulk data, this is a fantastic way to get data into the tool, and it's not really that technical. So for those of you who aren't data analysts or don't understand SQL or don't want to dive into Kanaim or Ultrix or something.
Okay. Seems good. Seems like a good stopping point. Wow. It is hot outside, and I am dead. Hopefully, I could stream again tomorrow morning and get some more of this hammered out. But, oof, oh boy, is there a lot to learn. Am I running out of time? All right. Bye.